Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are watching or listening to this. I am glad you're here. I'm really glad you came. Today, our little lecture or my short little video is going to be on being your best self during the holiday season, which is now upon us, which is crazy how fast it's going this year. We have like 8 weeks left of the year. Been a really fun year for me. Hopefully it's been a fun year for you. Lots of changes have happened. Crazy times we're living in, but hopefully we are rising above all that crazy and enjoying our families. So let's go ahead and get started. I want, first of all, to introduce myself. My name is Anastasia Arauz. I am a child and family therapist, as well as a family life coach. And I'm here just to help you do the best you can with your family in these crazy times. And I want you to have a happy holiday season. And so that's why I wanted to create this. I actually created one last year and I just rewatched it. I was going to play it today, but then I decided I needed to make a new one of this because so much in me has changed in the past year. I've done so much personal development and reading and just introspective stuff with myself. I feel like I can offer you more information this year to help you even better coming this holiday season, right? So let's go ahead and get started. To start with, what you need is you're going to need a journal. The next few weeks, we're going to be doing different activities on Mondays, and you're going to need a journal for it because if you journal it, then you can look back to see what your goals are or what you want to happen. And so you'll be able to see that with your journal. So you need a journal. You will need a pen, something to write with, and then a place just to listen, right? So maybe you're listening to it in the car and clearly you cannot write and drive, but maybe you can remember what it is and then write it afterwards, or find a space and just listen at home in the morning before you get ready for work or before you get ready for school. It's only going to be about 10-15 minutes, so it shouldn't take too long. So go ahead and pause this if you need to get your book and your pen so you can write. All right, so we're going to just get started. I'm going to take about 30 seconds and I want you to get situated, sit in a comfortable position to where you're in a place where you can relax and focus on the next few minutes. All right, so just get ready. Take some deep breaths. I'll take some with you just to help me get centered a little bit before we start. All right. Now, as you know, I love showing slides when I talk because it helps me and hopefully it'll help you if you're a visual person. If not, you can be listening and you'll get the same stuff. You don't have to see it. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. Okay, so be your best self this holiday season. How to make it happen. So that's your first question that you're going to write down in your journal. How are you going to make this your best holiday season yet? What are you going to do to make that happen? Some of my suggestions and ideas for you would be to have some type of calendar, some type of journal, or like not a journal, but a planner, daily planner of all of the things you want to accomplish in the next 8 weeks, right? So you probably have to decorate. You probably have some activities at your children's school. You might have to take down decorations from Halloween. You might want to bake. You might want to go on a family road trip. So just brainstorm all of the things that you want to make happen. And how is that going to work? How are you going to allow that to come into your life and make it work without you being completely stressed out and completely overwhelmed, right? So all of the things that you're wanting to do with your family, that your spouse wants to do with your family, your kids want to do this holiday season, in order to make it happen, they have to all be written out so you know what you're getting yourself into, so you don't take on too much or say you're going to do something and then it doesn't happen, because then that just disappoints everyone. So how to make it happen, the first thing is you need to brainstorm all of the things you want to do the next 8 weeks. Check out all the weekends that you have. Do you have any sports that your kids are still in that maybe they have practices, or maybe they're ending soon? So get all that written out so you see the time you have, right? You can even make after school an option if you have some evenings available. And maybe you don't want to take on too much during the week, but maybe one week, one night each week, you could do something fun. Maybe go look at lights, or you plan to go to some type of holiday show. So whatever it is, just plan it all out. So, you're not taking on too much during the week, because everyone will get tired and you will get tired, and then it's not going to be as fun. All right. The next question is, what would you like to look different this year? So going into the holiday season, I want you to think about the past holidays that you've had with your families or on your own or whatever it would be. What would you like to be different? How would you like it to be better? Maybe you want it to be the same. Maybe you want it to be not so rushed or not so hurried. What would you like to look different? Maybe you want to do more stuff and you never find the time because you're so busy with all the other things. So by following this plan, you should be able to build in the time that you need to do all those things that you want to do with your family. One of the things that's hard for me sometimes is the baking. My son loves to bake, but that is a big commitment. That's like a whole, at least for us, a whole Saturday afternoon, because you got to get all the things out. You have to get all the ingredients, and you've got to go to the grocery store. And so to make that happen, for me, I have to really plan that out. So that's already on my calendar of a Saturday that we are going to do some baking. So how I made it look different this year is I didn't plan it last year, but I do have it planned this year because I know it's something he looks forward to. And so that's one thing I want different this year. And so I actually have it built in on a Saturday. So go ahead and write down all the things that maybe you want to be different this holiday season. So you can stop this video at any time. So if you're like brainstorming each question, you can go ahead and stop. Or if you're just listening and you just want to keep moving forward, you can come back to it. All right, so what changes can you make? So when you think about that, how you want it to be different, all the things you want to do, what changes are you going to have to make? So for me, like the example of the baking, maybe we don't do something else. Maybe we were going to go out of town to see a play or a show, but we only have so many weekends, right? So now I'm not going to do that show. We're going to just plan that day to do baking and then maybe watch movies. So I know that's a change I have to make with my family. The other thing might be not working in the evenings. So for me, another example would be I would take on clients in the afternoons and evenings, a couple days a week, but I'm going to stop that during this holiday season because I want to have all the afternoons to be able to pick and choose what we can do, because there's so many fun things happening right now. So what changes can you make in your family? Do you need to change your work schedule? Do you need to figure out some food prepping things? Do you need to ask for support? What are the changes that you need to make now and plan for as we move into the next 8 weeks? Okay. So go ahead and start thinking of that. I'm going to move on. And what do you need? All right. So with all this stuff that we know we want to do, we know we want to be different. We know what changes we need to make. So what do you need? Do you need to get somebody to help you? Do you need to talk to your spouse about all this, right? Do you need to sit down with him and be like, hey, I've come up with all of these ideas. This is how it can work. This is what I need from you. So what do you need during this time? Remember, all of us are here on this planet or on Earth, and we need to know what we need for ourselves, right? So this special time of year, you have to know what you need. Do you need to make sure you carve out time to work out, to go for a walk, to hang out with your friends? Maybe that's something you want to put on your schedule on your 8 weeks. It's Friday night, December, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do a girls' night. We're going to do a girls' Christmas together. Or we're going to get our kids together and do a friend's Christmas, whatever it is. What do you need to make this feel good for you this holiday? So really, this is about you. So what are the things you're going to be needing in the next few weeks to make sure that you feel the best, right? All right, so let's go through these one more time. I'm just going to, oops, hold on. So first question was, how are you going to make it happen? What would you like to look different this year? What changes can you make in your life? And then what do you need? And then finally, I thought I would just go over some important things to remember as we head into this year and into this next 8 weeks of crazy times, right? Making sure you're exercising. That is not optional. You need to be exercising to be your best self, right? You have to figure out whatever that exercise looks like. It needs to be part of your routine every day, 3 times a week, whatever it is, build that into your calendar. Eating healthy. That's another thing. It's not optional. You need to eat healthy. Build those salads in, shakes, bars, healthy sandwiches, avoid sugars. However you need to make that look, make it look. And maybe on the weekends, you give yourself a break and you eat all the fun stuff. You cannot avoid it if you love it, right? So make sure you figure out how you're going to build that in. That can be part of one of your questions that you've made earlier. And making sure you're eating healthy. The other one, making sure you have time for yourself. This is not optional either. As this past year has gone on, I've learned some really, really important new morning routine rituals that I do, which are really focusing on myself. I've done a lot of journaling, things I'm grateful for. So I really build that into my day, is that time for myself. It's not optional either. You've got to do this, you guys. Give yourself grace. You might not get that exercise in 1 week, or you might not eat healthy every day, or you might not do your morning ritual. Whatever it is, give yourself grace, because it's okay. It's a crazy time. And just be graceful to yourself, right? Do what you need. Do what you need and give yourself grace. Be present. Whatever you decide to do with your family, whatever it is, if it's going to the movies or playing a game or making cookies or watching TV at home, be present. Put the phone down, turn off the social media, be present with your kids. Eye contact, touching them, hugging them, praising them, listening to them. Be present. Very, very important. Asking for support. Make sure that if you are overwhelmed, which it's not hard to be if you're working and you got to do all the things, you're going to be overwhelmed unless you ask for support. Ask a family member, ask your spouse, hire someone, whatever it is, ask for support. Maybe it's dropping your kids off at a daycare once a week, so you have that extra time to go to the gym or to do what it is you need to do for yourself. Build that into that schedule we just talked about. Build that in. Say there's a drop in daycare and you're going to plan now that every Tuesday, you're going to drop your kids off at that daycare for 2 hours. So you can get your Christmas shopping. You can go to the grocery store. You can do whatever it is on those 2 hours. Ask for support. Figure out how you can build that in and what kind of support you need, because we're all different. Morning routine, like I just said, make sure that you build in your morning routine, whether if it's before the kids go to school, after you get back from taking them, have some type of morning routine that works for you, that is organized, that you're not overwhelmed, where you're getting centered, where you're feeling calm, whether it's a meditation, journaling, listening to some music. One of my favorite new things that I do is with Alexa. So now we have the Alexa where we play the music all the time. I put on spa music. So I'll put on spa music. I'll be like, Alexa, play spa music. And it's very calming. So it's a great little station to put on if you get that Amazon Music. But that's part of my morning routine now, is I'll put that on just to kind of like chill myself out. And then look at the big picture. So with those questions I talked about at the beginning, that's breaking everything down. So when you look at the big picture, you're not freaking out. Like, it's all there and it's all organized and ready for each week and ready for each day. And you and your kids and your spouse, or if you're single, are ready to go and you're ready to have a really fun holiday this year. Yeah, so let me know what you think. Let me know how you organized your upcoming 8 weeks. I'd love for you to share below some of the things that you're going to do or some of the things you're going to change. And make sure you share this with your friends. If you have a friend that's like very overwhelmed and grumpy going into this season, share this with them. Be like, here, I listened to this today. Here's some things maybe you could try or you could do. So I hope you have a great week. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And I'll see you on the next one. So next week, we're going to meet again on Monday at 11, and it's going to be on money mindset in the holidays. That is something I have been working on also the past couple of years, because my money mindset was just terrible. And so it's getting better. And I want to share with you all the things that I've learned this past year. All right, have a great day. Bye.